What's going on, everybody? It's CryptoVision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, we're going to be checking out the big dog, the one and only Bitcoin. Also got to dive in some Bitcoin dominance, that's obvious. If you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe for more. I do offer a free Discord and a paid Patreon membership. All the details are in the link in the description, so if you're interested in that, I would greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into it. So we got Bitcoin here on the 10-day chart. Started off beautiful. I would have liked to see a little bit of a spike down and then go, but you know what? Can't get always what you want. It's just a wickless yearly open. It's a wickless monthly open. You know, just it's set the standards. It's set the tone. It's either a breakthrough and it's going to be voluptuous and it's going to be amazing because there's so many people out that are calling for lower, that are going to say that they're in, that they're going to say that they, you know, whatever, flipped long at the very last minute, because that's what people do. But, right, for the most part, people are out. Okay, people are out. We've had six red 10-day candles in a row. 6 red 10-day candles in a row. That's the most in Bitcoin's history. I repeat, that's the most in Bitcoin's history. Yes, we went down longer through here. 4. Green relief, 4. Okay, that's 8. You did the same thing through here. You went 4, green candle, then 3. So you went down for 7. But you had a relief over 10 days. You had a relief. There was no relief, no green, down only, and people are shorting down through here, which is, it's crazy. It's absurd. In my opinion, right? I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I'm just a regular dude covering Bitcoin. So my opinion, very little, very, very low importance. In terms of the 10-day buy signal on the Fu Manchu, right? Fu Manchu's through here. If you'd like it, it's free. Okay, you don't need to go spend an arm and a leg for it. Fu Manchu. On the 10-day, this is, right, we've been this oversold one time. More than this oversold one time. That was towards the end of the bear market. Right here. End of the bear market. So from that point to making a higher high and a higher low was 235 days. Kind of a long time. But your low, it was mostly sideways, right? You kind of went down a little bit, sideways, but you'd go down, go sideways, down, sideways. I mean, but if, in my opinion, right, if you're accumulating through these areas, regardless, right, when people say we're going to zero and you're buying down through here, I mean, that's a astronomical return on investment on Bitcoin, which is a $1.82 trillion asset. So that was one area. The other area was down through here. This last end, the end of a bear market. You see the theme? The end of downward action. This was actually towards the end. This was at the end. From this point to the next move up, you know, it was 185 days. That went up 355%. You know, do I think that this is comparable anymore? No. Bitcoin is just a different animal. It's a different beast, different market cap, you know, different exposure to the public. So I just think Bitcoin's doing something different. I do. In terms of the 4-day chart, we had this idea of a decision to be made on January 1st. It's either you're going to $1 million or you're going to zero. I'm just playing, but that was kind of the sentiment. It's either you're, you know, radically a bull or radically a bear. There isn't a, well, possibly we chop, possibly we go sideways, possibly, you know, we have a fourth wave and then we go down to maybe 72, maybe 74. Right, kind of take out this low through here and then go up. All right, it was one or the other. I'm in the camp right now, so I will show you guys something which is crazy. So make sure you stick around to the end, and I'll tell you exactly what I think is going on. And my stance, right? There's no flip-floppy. It's not just, it's obviously my idea, but it's my base case. We can get rid of that. In terms of the 4-day, could not get overbought through this entire area, so that was kind of a problem. Did we break out of a downtrend? Possibly. I don't even know what to consider this. This is kind of ugly. We'll use a different daily pattern, because technically it broke out of this downtrend, but then, you know, I guess you could use this downtrend like this, something like this. All right, you could do something like that. You could do that. Why not? Do anything you set your mind to. Let's do that. That looks fun. Cool. We had a cross on the MACD. The last 2 times was in April, and there was a nice move, and it was in September, and it was a nice move. Okay, so 2 times, 2 for 2. We've done something nice when we crossed the 4-day on the MACD, but you know, people are still extremely bearish. People are, you know, they're beside themselves of seeing upwards price action for Bitcoin. In terms, oh wow, you got some momentum on the 2-day. That's nice. That's nice. Really need to get above the 0 line on the MACD, which would be ideal. I don't like, okay, let me see real quick. Something is array. Something is amiss. Yeah, we're doing this. Okay. Let me see. Is that the right one? Yep. Cool. And then is this on the 2-day? 1 and the 3. We'll use this, the 1 and the 1. Okay. So we do have some momentum, which is nice on the Fu Manchu. We have momentum, and we are ready. Are we breaking out? It seems like we are not quite yet. We'll use that right there. We'll do that on the 2-day. Cool. We'll do something like that. Cool. So not quite yet. Really want to stay above the 50 on the RSI. Don't want to get crazy with it. You know, I'll get into the price structure as we move along, but trying to find, I mean, it is a wickless. It's crazy. It's completely wickless. There's a reason why I'm saving the great news till after, because there is something very similar to this. And I mean, a wickless 2-day, that's kind of crazy in my opinion. That is a pure get longs out before a big move straight to the downside. So that means this 93, whatever this is, 93.8, ton of shorts right there, ton of shorts, trying to find support at the 20 EMA. So far so good. Everything is still, you still have technically you still have like a 1 2, and then you have a 1 2 3. Are we getting a 4th and a 5th? All right, are we getting a 1 2, you know, 1 2 1 2? We'll see. I will show you at the end. I'll show you at the end. It's really cool. It's awesome. So the daily, we're getting into more and more information, more and more details in terms of, you know, closing down below. Yes, technically now if we look at the daily, this is closing down below through here. So this is not a 1 2. It could be a 1 2, but this isn't a 1 2 3 or whatever. So this is invalidated. That's just chop. Now you're looking like a 1 2, and now you're coming up for a 3. You're in your 4th, and you're coming up for a 5th. Okay. Some of these levels I've already mapped out. I'll get to them on the 4-hour a little bit more information. You do have a red dot on the daily. Not great. Not great. At least you have momentum. So, like I said, trying to bounce on the 50, trying to stay above the moving average. You don't want to fall through the moving average and then find resistance on it. Then you're just in trouble, and you're gonna go down. Ultimately, I do think up. And you know what? Let's go check it out. So I was looking at this wickless candle, and there's very few. There's very few in the situation we're in, right? We're kind of going sideways. We've gone down, we're going sideways. There is something over here, though. I'm going to take it. All right, we've gone down. All right, we were going down, and then sideways. Okay, so let's take this. And there is a wickless bar here. I want you to check it out if you can. I don't want that one. I need to see this a little bit more. Okay, there we go. There's a bar here. There's a wickless candle. I'll show you. It is right here. It's right here. Okay. The one difference is you kind of already had your, you know, your 1 2 A B C 3. Actually could have been, 1, 2, A, B, C, 3, come down for a fourth, and you get your fifth. Something like that, right? Your fifth, come down, correct, and then you get your 1, 2, and then you go rocking and rolling. There is some confluence with this idea, this bars pattern. It actually, I know it sounds crazy, but that was the last time you printed a green dot on the 10-day as well. That actually led to some substantial growth. All right, so if we're doing this, something like this. Doesn't have to match perfect. It's just the idea. It's the idea. It's the idea that counts. Right? It's the idea that counts. Got this through here. Just kind of doing my best to match it up. Something like that. Okay. Something like this, right? Doesn't have to be identical, but we can see some confluence in even with some of the levels that we have too. Okay, so we have confluence with the 96 level, and then confluence with the 116 level. That was a big area of resistance. This 107 that a lot of people have, finding a little bit of resistance, shooting up, and then hitting up this 134 area and above, right? 134 to 140. I've stated that multiple times as a buy, as an area. Let me see here. I'm gonna change this to daily, or just not weekly. Just not a weekly. Right. So this from this 1618 all the way up to the 2 extension, possibly coming up to the 2272. Maybe crazy numbers is the 2618, but I don't know. I'm kind of sticking with this right through here. That's like kind of the base case scenario. So that's been on there for a while, and we've had this for a while too. I'll link the video in the description, something like this. Okay. So, possibly in a fourth wave. That's why this is through here. Okay. There's two ideas, but this is now looking like my better idea. The idea where both are up. I'm not in the camp that Bitcoin's about to enter into a bear market. I'm not into that camp. I'm into the camp of liquidity is entering the markets. QT has ended. The Fed is pumping money into the markets. The dollar will eventually inflate because core inflation right now is actually trueflation is under 2%. So when you have low inflation, it's a springboard for risk on assets. Thus, Bitcoin, crypto, housing market, traditional stocks, things that are hedged against the dollar, precious metals. But if we're looking at this, I mean, it looks pretty similar. Right? You kind of got chopped through here. Not really, not really anything going on. Almost like, you wanted to have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, and then you kind of chop down. Still print a higher low. All right, let's take this, put it up a little bit more. You still printed a higher low. Okay, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher highs, higher highs. Okay, and then when you're starting to move up this way too, you had a higher high than this high. Did we have a higher high? Yes, we did. We had a higher close. And then when you corrected down, you did close below this high. So we're correcting down, all right, closing below this high, but you still have a higher low. All right, so we still have a higher low, and to the extent this low, okay, is higher than this low. So this low hopefully is higher than this low. So, staying above through here. Okay. I know my chicken scratch kind of gets crazy, right? But in this move, we have a three-wave setup, three-wave move to the downside on the daily chart. So, are we in a fourth wave? We could be in a fourth wave. The reason why I was thinking at least going up for a little bit more is because of wickless candle. It's pretty hard to imagine wickless candles to the, just straight to the downside. And it is hard to imagine because it doesn't really happen. I've counted about 3 I want you, if you want to, you can go through and count on the daily wickless candles, drop it in the comments, see how many you find to the downside, and then see what the next candle follow-up is. Most of the time, from what I've seen, is green. So we could be in a three-wave move to the downside. In terms of the, let's check this out. So in terms of what we have been going on, what we've been doing, I have the setup for the 1-2. Okay, so your 1-2 setup. 1-2. You're in a three-wave move going to the upside, right? So you could either have a A, B, C. Okay, you can have there's different ways you can make this fit. Nothing is invalidated. It's more impulsive. It's still closing above. Lowest I'd like this to be is, I'm going to move this 85. I'm going to keep 78 on there, but 85,000 is kind of what, right above 85,000. Don't want to close below that. Okay. That's kind of the lowest I'd want to see. Sorry, 90,000. My apologies, 90,000. You're at the 786 right now of your overall move, of your 1-2 move. You're at your 786. Pardon me. And right now you got your 1-2. You have your A, B, C for your third. So possibly you come up, get your fourth, and then come back down, get your fifth. And then you have a 5-wave move. 5-wave move. Done, done, done. And that could just be your A. Right? This could be your A. Come up for your B, and then you come down for your C. Something like that. So that's kind of the idea right now. That's my base case scenario. The 168 is something we really need to defeat. These getting higher than these is nice. It's a change of trend. But the real idea is coming up through here. This 96 level. This was that last level where you were trying to get up and you just got rejected and slammed down. So 96, kind of a big area, especially on the daily. When we check out the daily, it's a big area. So that's what I got for Bitcoin. It is looking like we want to get up to, the 2618 is right around there. The 1618 is right around there from the 1-2 setup. So possibly, because it didn't get to the 1618, your third wave. So maybe we're in a 1-2, maybe you're in an A, B, C for your third wave. Then you come down in a fourth wave. Then you get your fifth. All right, this idea is there. There's multiple ideas at play. I think, there's a CME gap at, 89,000. I think we're going to front run the CME gap. I do. I think a lot of people are looking for that to be filled. That's kind of been the MO for Bitcoin for a while. So, but ideally, that's kind of what we're at. If we bring this down a little bit, I know it's going to be different just because of it's on the daily relative to the 4-hour. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot different. I know. I just wanted to reiterate to get it home. That's kind of my base case. Something like that. So you kind of are coming down right now. You come back up. Right? You take out this previous resistance. Then you come down, and then we go. So that's the idea I have for Bitcoin. In terms of Bitcoin dominance, this is the best looking thing ever. This looks great. We've had this, you can go back, you can check the records. We've had this on here for a long time, that 58.69 is the level we need to get below and close below. We did it back in September. We were thinking, okay, we have a good shot, and then, just started to rip, started to run. Not great. And this wasn't because altcoins are going up. This is because they were getting hammered as Bitcoin was going down. They were just going down way more than Bitcoin. We've come down all the way to 5870. We have 5869. So it obviously is an important area that we're looking to defeat. In terms of the overall movement, overall idea is we're down below the moving average on the RSI. We have a red dot on the Fu Manchu. We are losing momentum. We did something very, very, very similar at the last altcoin season. Just like right here. We had two comparative. I mean, I've covered it a couple times. Check it out. It's I'll put the link in the description. But the idea that we were going to do this was invalidated because we didn't have down only. Pardon me. It wasn't just down only. We've been going sideways, trying to back test the 20 and the 50, then get a clear close below, and then start moving and grooving. Right? I mean, that's kind of what we're kind of what we've been waiting for, right? Start moving and grooving. Once we close below this 5869 area for good, it was over. So I just wanted to get that and show you guys both of that. I think we're in this right here. So, trying to keep momentum to the downside, trying to do that on the 10-day chart. I know it. Red dot on the 10-day again. We're crossing down below. This is the big news. This is really important. Okay, this is really important just because it shows that I know Bitcoin is going sideways, but it is not being so much stronger than altcoins. It's not. If we're down below the 20. We're down below the 50. We have the opportunity now to cross down below both. Okay? And so overall, that's good. That's good. You've come right down to this resistance area again. It does look like we're in especially on the weekly, this looks corrective. Kind of have like a 3-wave move up. Now you need like a 3-wave move down. Something big. In terms of, let me shrink in that, getting across, what is that, 3 days and 6 hours? 6 hours will complete today. Today's Wednesday, right? Today is Wednesday. So Saturday, I keep forgetting. Saturday is the day. I do like how the MACD, we're coming up and we're rejecting the moving average. Let's get oversold, baby. I do think something big is coming. The last time we printed red on the last time we printed red down through here, we did get like 3 little soldiers going up, kind of another relief. So let's not get that. Let's get continuation. We did bounce. We didn't actually. Oh, we did. We barely closed below. So we need that confirmation rejection. Through here we didn't have it, but it was very steep. Same thing through November, very steep. There wasn't a play around the moving average. Get down below it, get oversold, have a great time. So that's what I got for Bitcoin dominance. That's what I got for Bitcoin. If you're interested in joining the Discord, it's free. It'll be in the link in the description. I also offer a paid Patreon with exclusive content on Fridays, voting Tuesdays through Thursdays, chart updates throughout the week, and much more. So as always, I thank you for your time. I thank you for stopping by. Take it easy. Peace.